Good morning and welcome to the show, and thanks for waking up with us today. Today I'm waking up at Naval Support Activity, Panama City. I'm here at the Naval Diving Salvage Center, and I'm here with Mike Dixon, Petty Officer Mike Dixon, and my old friend, Petty Officer Brandon Zachary. You may remember him from a previous episode. You guys came into the studio, and it is the Year of the Diver. What does that mean?
Year of the Military Diver, sir, is a celebration that the Naval Diving and Salvage Training Center is putting on to celebrate the not only the 100th anniversary of the Mark V diving helmet, which you can see in these two locations.
Oh yeah, that's the Men of Honor helmet from the movie.
As we call it.
The Jake?
Yes, sir. We also have one outside.
The Cuba Gooding helmet is what I call it. But anyway, yeah.
And we're celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Mark V dive helmet, and within that 100 years that we've been diving, all the accomplishments that Navy divers have accomplished over the last
100 years, Mike. 100 years of Navy diving. I can't imagine 100 years ago going down like in something like that.
I know it's incredible.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about earlier, my wife's grandfather was on Sea Lab too, and when he talks to me about some of the things that he was doing at that time, and I've seen some of the videos, it's just incredible to me, the steps that have been taken over 100 years in the diving realm.
And you know, the fortitude and bravery it takes to do that. And nowadays we think everything's high tech. Back in the day, that was high tech, but these guys really took some risks, didn't they?
Absolutely. Upstairs, we have a hall where they have some of the Medal of Honor recipients as divers, and reading some of those is incredible to see what type of men were divers during the day in the Navy. So.
Yeah, and the irony of it is, you know, we live here in Panama City. We look up and we see jets flying around all the time, so we're like, yeah, go Air Force. I'm a retired Air Force guy. But we don't see you guys under the water swimming around doing what you're doing, because it really is kind of for lack of a better term, a silent service.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I was stationed in Pensacola for a couple of years, and you know, that's the cradle of naval aviation. You know, you see the Blue Angels, see people flying around, you see the schools. I lived here my whole life, passed this place numerous times.
You're a Mosley High School grad too,
Mosley High School grad, class of 2006. But I never knew what happened out here, and I think it's great, you know, that I'm out here and they're going to open the doors to the public and allow people to come see, you know, what is behind the curtain.
Yeah. You know, so Brandon, when is this event?
It's going to be May 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We're going to have a public visitation. We're inviting the public to park at either the La Quinta parking lot across the street and also Captain Anderson's. We're going to be, from those locations, we're going to be shuttling people to the Naval Diving and Salvage Training Center, where they'll be allowed to walk around and see diving demonstrations, static displays, historical presentations, technology demonstrations in the civilian dive community, and speak to divers.
So we're going to get a rare look behind the tent or into the tent of what you guys do out here.
Absolutely.
And it is going to be an open house, and you know, just as a taxpayer, I'd like to see what I'm paying for. You know? Now we got to run off to the local weather, but on the other side of the weather, let's take a look around and maybe get a little preview or a sneak peek of what all we're going to see when you guys have that open house. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Show me around? All right.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We'll be right back here at Naval Support Activity, Panama City, at the Navy Diving and Salvage Center, right after you're waking up with Don weather. Welcome back to the show. I'm here at the Experimental Dive Unit at Naval Support Activity, Panama City, otherwise known as the Navy Base, and I'm here with Petty Officer Joel Sharp, who is our subject matter expert. What is this thing that we're looking at, Joel?
You're currently looking at the Navy's Ocean Simulation Facility here at NEDU, which you're currently looking inside the wet pot, which holds 55,000 gallons.
The wet pot?
Yes, sir.
Now you're the petty officer in charge of this thing, right?
Of all the auxiliary equipment that supports it.
Okay, so what does this thing actually do?
This lets us simulate all dives for like an open ocean. We can do it all here in a controlled environment, maintain safety for the divers.
So in other words, you adjust the pressure and gas mixtures and all that stuff for our divers to make sure that they're safe.
Correct. And we can take them to deeper depths, up to 1,000 feet for a manned operation. And it's capable of 2,250 feet for unmanned.
So you could actually put them in there
testing.
for a period of time, even
Correct.
if you were, say, going down for a long time, or
up to 30 days dive is not an uncommon thing.
Holy mackerel! Now, actually, this is only part of the operation here at the experimental dive unit.
Correct.
And what is this thing called? I'm calling it a chamber.
The Ocean Simulation Facility.
Ocean Simulation Facility.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you control this from a control room somewhere, right?
Correct. It's like a small NASA control room.
Okay, and we got to see the rest of it now because you built it up too much, Joel. Let's go take a look at the control room, and maybe you can explain some more about how you train divers here, how you get people prepared to go to those deep depths for prolonged periods.
Yes, sir.
This is awesome stuff. Come on, let's go take a look. So what's this room now? This is the control room we were
Correct.
talking about?
Correct. This is a control room where everything is orchestrated for the dive.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking at all these lights and buttons and things. It looks, it really does look like a master control in here.
It is. There's a lot going on. We can have up to 10 personnel in the 5 complex chamber that we have. It's all controlled right here from the dive watch officer and the dive watch supervisor station. We have real-time feed through cameras of all the divers at all times, so we can constantly monitor everything that's going on.
So you can see what's happening in each one. In each one of these screens is a chamber. Is that
correct? So if you look, it says Charlie, C1, D1. Those are the cameras per chamber.
I got you. So it looks like there's a lot going on here, and there's a lot going on over there as well. What's that whole panel over there about?
So this whole console over here is where we drive the chamber from. We get directed to change depths. We can either maintain their depth, or we can decompress them, or we can recompress them.
Is it all about pressure, or do you mix certain gases in there so divers can tolerate different depths?
We have different mixtures of oxygen and helium that they would breathe for different depth ranges. But we use the method of saturation, where the divers go down one time, they compress, they work in that environment, atmosphere until the job's done, doing different missions. Then we decompress one time, so that was developed for safety, so that we only have to decompress once.
So there's always someone here monitoring. I mean, it's a 24/7 kind of deal.
Correct.
When someone's down there living in that atmosphere and doing whatever training they're trying to do. Now, there are separate chambers. Each one of these things represents a chamber. And if you could just briefly tell me what each chamber is for.
So we have Alpha through Echo. So we have 5 chambers. Charlie, the center chamber, that's how you get down to the wet pot to do the actual dive that you would do in a wet environment. Then you bring them up, and Bravo and Charlie are utilized as the hygiene chambers, where you would shower and use the restroom.
The hygiene chamber. I would spend a lot of time in there if I was a diver. Okay, and I guess that's just the walkway into the place, I suppose, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And Alpha and Echo, the ends, can also be utilized as living quarters.
Well, this is just it's so impressive and so awesome. So you're the military diver. If people want to learn more about it, they can come out on Wednesday, and to find out more about it, they can go. You're the military diver. They can go to
YOMTD.com.
YOMTD.com.
Yes, sir.
Come out on Wednesday. Go Google it up. Check it out. There's a lot of interesting stuff here, and see your tax dollars at work. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with 2 lovely ladies from Capstone House. I'm here with Benita and Bonnie from Capstone House. And for those of you who don't know, Capstone House is an alternative learning center learning center right here in Panama City. And Bonnie, you're the librarian.
That's right.
At there. And you guys have an expansive library. I've been there. I visited. And Benita, otherwise known as the Lady Hypnotist.
Good morning, Don.
Good morning. And you're doing therapeutic hypnosis for people and all kinds of stuff.
Yes, we are.
And so what's going on at Capstone House nowadays?
Well, we're really excited. We have 2 big events that are coming up. The first one is the 8th of May at 6 o'clock in the evening, and we'll have Ed Edwards with us.
Ed Edwards. Now, what does he do?
Ed Edwards is a biointrinsic energy healer.
Biointrinsic energy healer.
Yes.
Does that fit on a business card? I wonder. It's a long title.
I haven't seen his business cards. I'm not sure.
But that's a big title. But what does all that mean?
That means basically a little bit of history on Ed Edwards, and you can go to ededwards.com and read about his life story and read about his what he's doing. His mother was a Christian energy healer, hands-on energy healer. Ed helps people be pain-free and comfortable, and does some things heal and some things take time, but he does this with energy that he pushes through his body and his hands as much as 30 feet away from you in a room.
That's really interesting
That's
stuff.
right. That's right. We have a few pictures for you to view of him doing this work. Also, he is being studied by by several universities and several scientists because he has an ultimate amount of energy. He has like 70 to 80,000 amps of energy running through his body.
Enough so that there are scholarly studies now.
That's right.
To find out, if there's anything to this, because to the layman, a lot of people are skeptics.
That's right.
In a lot of ways.
That's right. And also, PBS is making a movie about his experience.
my.
He's in his 40s. This is something that he's had since birth, and he's played with it. But it's much like Eastern medicine, qigong type of energy that actually moves people's bodies and affects people's bodies, and like Chinese medicine. And he will be with us on the 8th of May at 6 in the evening.
How interesting. So whether you're interested, whether you're a believer or not, or just a skeptic, I can see why people would be very curious to meet him.
They want to come and see this, and he invites everyone, and he actually works with the whole group, and then he just goes down the line individually.
Now, he cures people of sicknesses, illnesses, injuries. What does he do? Does he just give you a little burst of energy?
Let me tell you about my own experience. I've had this literally this shoulder taken off and put back on, and when you get older, how you can feel that discomfort. It's pain-free. He just zapped me from across the room, and those muscles relaxed, and they just haven't come back to discomfort. He said, if they do, call me. So, he's just...
He sounds like a dynamic person. I mean, is he a very charismatic type person?
No, he's very, very gentle and very quiet. His voice is quiet, and he only accepts love offerings. That's all he accepts.
So there's no fee, really,
Right.
if you feel like you need to make a donation,
That's
then
right.
that's fine. But
He drives across the country working with people for love offerings.
wow.
Yeah, he's
Benita.
just exceptional.
So, Bonnie, how do you follow that? I mean,
Well,
what else?
Something exciting.
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
better make it good, because that's going to be a hard one to top there, Bonnie.
it will. On May 15th at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a local author come and talk about his new book. It's a techno sci-fi thriller called Middle Waters.
Okay.
And this fella is Dr. John Clark. He is a diving scientist at the Navy lab here.
Oh, my. And he's also a published author now.
He is.
And I guess that's part of your library.
That's hopefully part of our library.
That's what I think is so cool about Capstone House. Besides the metaphysical and all that other stuff, you guys are doing, you're almost like a community center for a lot of different activities.
Right, and it's really picking up. We have a lot of community interest happening now, and we are really excited about all of the new things that we have. So they need to go on our website and look and see. We have all of our events on the website, our calendar.
And what is the website? We're so out of time, it's not funny, because things always go fast with you guys. I don't know why.
CapstoneHouseInc.org.
CapstoneHouseInc.org if we want to find out more about this author and this new book.
That's
And
correct.
if we want to find out more about Edwards and that whole event coming up, too.
And come out.
And there's
Come out.
always other stuff going on
Right.
there as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for coming on the show
Thank
and getting
you.
us smart on that. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I'm here in the studio with Kristen Gramazio, our gal about town, who's going to tell us what's going on this weekend. Kristen, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Welcome
I'm
back.
back, yes, thank
It's
you.
always a pleasure to have you
Yes.
on, and you've been a great co-host too.
Oh, I thank
filling
you.
in from time to time.
Yes.
And the hacks that you're doing on Tuesdays are just really cool.
Yes,
The Tuesday
yes.
hacks are just awesome.
I love doing them, and I want to start getting the viewers into it as well. So that'll be
Yeah,
something
we
we
should
can talk
do
about
that.
later. Yeah.
So what's going on this weekend? What's happening?
Okay, so we have a few things going on. Let's start. We've got Thunder Beach going on.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Well, if
yeah.
you can't hear them coming, then you probably have a problem. But yes, Thunder Beach is going to be here, so that will be nice. And then we have Friday Fest downtown, where we've got all the cars, activities. Great thing to do with your
Friday Fest
family.
is a cool time, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And then also we have tonight is the opening night at Kaleidoscope Theater.
Oh, yes.
Prelude to a Kiss.
Oh, Prelude to a Kiss. Now, I'm a big supporter of the Kaleidoscope Theater. Prelude to a Kiss. Yeah, it's opening up tonight.
Yeah.
We're going to have those actors on next week.
Oh,
So we're going to get to
awesome.
meet some of the people who were in
Yay.
it, and they're going to let us know how opening night went and all
Yeah.
that stuff. But the Kaleidoscope, if you haven't been, gotta go. I mean, it's local community theater. It's a very intimate atmosphere.
It really is. I
yeah.
took my family when they came down here last year, and they absolutely loved it. You know, we're used to the bigger theaters in
Yeah.
Boston, but nothing compares to this. You're so up close and personal. You get to go on stage and meet them, and it's just such a cute atmosphere. It's really nice.
I like it. It's just very, very cool and very comfortable. You know?
Yes, absolutely.
And there's absolutely no pretense at all.
Yeah.
You know, no one's pretentious at all. Like, I'm going to the theater. No, I'm going to the Kaleidoscope, and I may wear jeans, you know, or
yeah.
khakis, or
yeah.
you know.
Just
so
go
you can,
comfortable. It's a great
you
thing
can
to do. Yeah.
Have a brush with culture
Yes.
at the Kaleidoscope. And what else is happening? Anything
we,
cool?
We have, we've got some farmers markets going on.
Yeah.
So you can check those out. They're at Seaside, Grand Lagoon, St. Andrews. So you've got a few different ones to go to.
Yeah.
Some great vendors. They are constantly changing, so that's something nice to get out and when
Yeah.
there's some nice weather.
And it's not just produce too. You can get a lot of handcrafted items there
Yeah.
as well.
Yep.
So.
A lot of artists will bring out some of their paintings. People that make things around the area. So it's a great way to support your community as well.
Yeah.
So then we also have Pop's Tunes, which will be really cute for the kids, where they're doing Peter and the Wolf.
Oh,
Yeah, and that's going to be at the Marina Civic Center. So that's something to check out, have the kids get out and see a great show with the orchestra, which will be really nice.
Yeah, there's a lot going on around town.
There is, yes. So, I'm really looking forward to seeing this Prelude with a Kiss. Prelude to a Kiss.
I think we're going to go too. I think we're going to go because I'm a big supporter of it. I don't know if we're going to make it opening night or not, but I'm definitely going to. I think you're allowed to have wine on opening night too. I think they serve it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I might have to go that opening night
Yeah,
then.
I know, just to kind of sweeten the deal a little bit,
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, but there's so much to do in our little town,
There
And our little
is.
towns. When I say our little town, I say Panama City, but Panama City Beach and all around too. All the outlying counties, there's always stuff to do.
Always, and if there's not a show going on or anything specific, all of these restaurants and they have local bands playing.
There's no excuse to be bored.
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. There's no reason to be sitting home doing nothing.
And
so.
I think the weather's going to be nice too. So even
Yes,
if you want to
hopefully.
get outside,
We've had so much rain, and it's time to get a little sunshine.
yeah, I think it's going to get better. It's going to get better.
Good,
I'm
good.
looking for. Well, Kristen, thanks so much for coming on the show and taking up the slack here on the Waking Up with Don show when I'm
Absolutely,
out.
love to, yes.
And we look forward to seeing some more hacks from you.
Yes.
Next week.
Yep.
And I think we're going to hear from you Monday as well. So,
Yes,
So
sounds
tune in
good.
if you want more Kristen Gramazio on Monday, and we'll be right back on this camera over here after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Mildred Singer, and she's going to sing yet another song for us here on the Waking Up with Don show. Mildred, what are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing an original song, I Felt You in My Heart.
Oh, well, take it away.
All right. I saw you in a dream when the Holy Spirit came to me. My eyes were blinded, I couldn't see when I saw you in a when I